Hey guys, welcome to the channel Rayan Original. So we have already done with SRH review. So today I have Veer reviewing Punjab Kings. Hi Veer, hope you're doing good.
Uh, Hi Vallabh, yeah, it's nice to be here. This is the first time I'm doing something of this sort with you, and hope we'll be having fun. And I won't be asked tough questions because I've already answered quite a few of them. So yeah, let's see how it pans out.
Yeah,
Hoping to have a good discussion.
yep. So coming to the auction, so
Hmm.
everybody had high hopes because you retained only two players,
Hmm.
Mayank Agarwal and Arshdeep Singh, and going to the auction, you actually didn't have a proper captain, and you had the highest budget of all the teams. So
Hmm.
how are you looking like before the auction panned out? How are you looking at the team? Like how would it structure it up?
Um, our retentions were our retentions were good. Young fast bowler Arshdeep, probably he was our local lad, so it was a no-brainer. He's been doing good for us from 2-3 seasons. So Arshdeep as our lead bowler, and Mayank Agarwal as our batsman, and now as our captain. So these retentions were pretty much on the cards. So we are pretty happy with the way with the players we retained, and then the way we approached the auctions. Having a big purse or having a big budget, that also comes with its own pros and cons. Having a big budget doesn't mean that that you are always making a good side. Like, there are a lot of teams in the past and in this auction as well. You have seen teams with around 60-62 crore budget have not done that good at the auction table. So yes, pretty happy with the way our management went ahead, the way they bought the players, and the squad they put up looks impressive. And now waiting for that squad to to do that needful when they step onto the ground.
Okay, in the marquee list, you had Shikhar Dhawan and Kagiso Rabada coming to your team. So did you expect anybody more in the marquee list, or were you very happy with the selections there?
To be honest, I'll be honest with you. I was expecting Rabada because even in the past auctions, in the 2018 auction, we went a tad bit for Rabada. We didn't get hold of him, but we went for Rabada by quite a few leaps. Unfortunately, we didn't have him, but now we have him in our squad. So yeah, we needed a overseas pacer who could bowl at the start of the innings, and you could bowl at the death. So we are happy to have Rabada with us for that particular job. And now when I talk about Dhawan, so honestly, Dhawan was not on my mind. I was probably thinking about maybe Warner, or I was probably thinking about Shreyas Iyer. I was not too convinced by the buy of Shreyas. I mean, by that idea of Shreyas Iyer, but I was somehow thinking about David Warner. But fine, I'm happy with Dhawan as well because he has been a leading run scorer for whichever franchise he has played. He has been in a tremendous form. Also, you need a left-hander with Mayank, so Dhawan fulfills that role, and you also need an anchor. So Dhawan fulfill ticks all the boxes, and hoping for a good start from Mayank and Dhawan both.
Yeah, so you got Shah Rukh Khan back for some like 9 crores, and the middle order is set right now. So how do you feel the auction panned out, like in sense of middle order and depth and everything? Like how would you think that middle order sets up and the bowling option sets up and overseas slots? So how are you impressed with all the selections for Punjab?
Mighty impressed. Uh, you know, if you look at any team, or if you look at any 11, uh, which consists of Shikhar Dhawan, Mayank Agarwal, Johnny Bairstow, Liam Livingstone, Kagiso Rabada, and on top of that, you have domestic performers as well. Someone like Shah Rukh Khan, who has been in a great demand. So that speaks volumes. That that is the first expression gives you a idea about how good the auction has been. So if you compare this top 6 7 with the other teams, you would get a fair amount of idea. So yes, in the opening department, Mayank Dhawan is there. In the middle order, you have Liam Livingstone, Johnny Bairstow. Then you have someone like Shah Rukh Khan for the lower middle order. You have an all-rounder like Odean Smith, who can come a
Yeah.
bit tad lower, who can bowl 145 plus, who can hit sixes at his own will. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the way we have filled our slots. If I talk about overseas players, I'm pretty mighty impressed with the overseas players we have right this time around. There's Ben Howell, there's Odean Smith, there's Kagiso Rabada, there's Nathan Ellis as Rabada's backup. Yeah, we didn't fill up one slot. I don't know what was the reason or what was the thinking behind it, but overall impressed with our overseas picks.
So talking about Liam Williamston and Johnny Bairstow, what do they bring to the team? Because they are experienced in other leagues, other T20 leagues. They have been playing really well, and 11 crores on Livingston is a heavy expectation. Or will he fulfill it? Or will he pressure? He'll get pressurized. What do you feel?
Um, Johnny Bairstow and Liam Livingstone. Liam Livingstone has been a massive hit in all the T20 leagues or T10 leagues you look around. And we needed someone like Liam Livingstone in our middle order because the middle model has always been our issue. Right after Glenn Maxwell, uh, after Glenn Maxwell left, there were glaring holes in our middle order. Nicholas Pooran was not firing; he was not retained. Then Maxwell was obviously not a part of our schemes. So then we had David Malan last year, who didn't live up to that expectation. So when you look at Johnny Bairstow and Liam Livingstone at number 3, number 4, uh, they both have played a lot of cricket together, and they do that same for the English cricket team as well. So exactly. I hope they'll put up that exact show when they play for our franchise or play for our team.
Do you think Oren Smith got more than he deserved because just because of West Indies series, just because of his heroics, did he get that 6.5, or do you think it's a fair amount on?
The story of every IPL auction is there are some guys who get a lot of money, more than they deserve, and then there are some guys who get less money than what they deserve. So there's never in between in the IPL auctions. So with the way Odean Smith, the factor which Odean Smith brings to your 11 or brings to your team, uh, it was almost on the expected lines. It had maybe it's like 1 or 2 crores more, but it's on the expected lines.
So, like you have spoke about Nathan Ellis, right? He has been a blockbuster player in BBL. He has been continuous performer for Hurricanes, and in case of Rabada injury only, you are looking at an option, or do you think you can start with Rabada for some matches?
You are giving me a lot of stress talking about Rabada's injury. I'm
No,
not
no,
even
not
thinking
about
on those
Rabada's
lines.
injury. No, not about Rabada's injury. Like, do you see Nathan Ellis partnering Rabada right away, like in some matches, or do you think
No,
he's only a backup?
no, I don't see. He's only a backup. I don't see him. He's a decent bowler. Our coach Damian Wright speaks very highly of him. He has done good in BBL. He took hat trick few days back against Bangladesh. He has all that. He has that package. Maybe in 2 or 3 years you'll see him upping up his speed and growing in stature as a fast bowler. But right now, as far as I can see, he's only a backup, and it's a good backup to have. He has been a part of Punjab setup last year as well, so he knows about the environment, team environment. He knows about the team culture. So people who have been a part, it's easier for them to adapt rather than the ones who have never been a part. So yeah, this was the reason our team went for Nathan Ellis as a backup for the part.
Okay. How impressed are you with the spin department this season?
Again, pretty happy with the spin department because you have someone like Rahul Chahar, who has done good lately in the IPL. Also, he has some he has a mystery delivery and stuff, something of that back of a hand leg spin, that is literally making batsmen look clueless against that is literally making batsmen look clueless. So he has been doing good as well. Also, I guess he is someone who is a bit different from the other conventional leg spinners. Like, he's someone who doesn't believe in giving the air. He's someone who hits the deck hard, who gets that bounce. So yeah, he is a good option. Like, Rahul Chahar is an amazing spinner, and then we have Harpreet Barad, the left arm off. So he has been doing good as well. He took wickets of De Villiers, Kohli, and Maxwell last year. He was on a good note. He was on a good song. He also took one or two wickets against Delhi. He looked in good rhythm. So we have Harpreet Barad, we have Rahul Chahar, and on top of that, we also have Liam Livingstone, who bowls a bit. Like, he'll give you two or three overs if required. Then we have Ritik Chatterjee from Bengal. He's an batting all round. He's an all rounder who bowls off spin mostly. Then we have Atharva Taide, who bowls slow left arm, if I'm not wrong. Then we have Ansh Patel, who's a Chinaman from Gujarat, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, our spin department is very good. And on top of that, imagine this spin department under Anil Kumble.
Yeah.
I don't I don't think I need to answer more.
Right. So how do you think the pace department will fare up? Like Rabada and Ashdeep bowling in the power play, and Rahul Char coming in after, and this is a good setup, right? Like it's a good
Yeah.
feeling that the team will perform well, and it will give you good results when let's everybody gives the 100%.
Yeah, the pace department looks good. Also, we have our Indian paces are really, like, amazing paces we have got this time. We have Sandeep Sharma, again, who has been a part of the Punjab setup. He did well for us when he was with us. Then we have Vaibhav Arora, who was with KKR, but unfortunately didn't get chances. Then we have Baltej, and though he has not played a lot of T20 cricket, Baltej has not he has been a part of that red ball setup. But as much as I know, Baltej, if he gets his deserving chances, uh, he could turn the tables for himself as well and for the team as well. And then we have Ishaan Porel as our fast bowler. Again, he was there with us last year. A good tall fast bowler who hits the deck hard, who moves it. So yeah, pretty good pace department to have.
Okay.
On
I
top of
think
that, you also have Odean Smith, who's going to
yeah,
bowl in the middle overs for us. So yeah,
yeah. So I think the batting is well covered, the bowling is well covered with the middle order. And with middle order like Bear Stow, Shah Rukh Khan, Liam Livingstone, and all. Like how will I impress you the whole auction? Like out of 10, how can you, uh, how many will you give to the your management?
9.
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay.
I cannot give 10, because like, the auction is something where you don't exactly uh, you know get everything you want. There's something you will miss out.
Correct.
Like, for example, the team management. I mean, we as fans, we wanted Aiden Makram. Even the management wanted to get back Aiden Makram. He was in their scheme of things, but they were unable to get him. Then probably the management also went hard for Shardul Thakur in the auctions. That means he was a part of their plans. They went for him till 7 or 8. They didn't get him. So yeah, there are players you who miss out in the auctions, and you don't get full marks in the auctions anytime.
Right. Right.
It's always 1 point or point 0.5 here and there. So yeah, 9 out of 10.
So I think Punjab has not bought any Australian players, if I'm not wrong.
Nathan Ellis.
Okay, only one. Okay, got it. Only one. I guess only one that to have for a backup. I guess because of the previous experiences, they have not called for any Aussies or something like that.
Um, Actually, nothing is permanent. Like Australian players have done well for us in the past, but uh, maybe that formula needed a change, and now the management decided to look other way around, and then they decided to get guys from England, guys from South Africa, from West Indies.
So how happy are you with your group? Like as a group B, a group B, right? So how fair you think your group is, and how tough is it to qualify and all that?
Just I don't think um, we are in a spot of bother because we had the same format in 2011. But yeah, as far as I remember, we didn't have these labeled groups at that point of time. Like they had that schedule, and the schedule was something similar, like one team playing a game, one team playing, two teams playing just one game and not two games. So it was something on the similar lines. But now, yeah, this time around they have labeled the groups, they have made the groups A, group B, and it all comes down to the final day. You'll have to play one game or you have to play two games. There's nothing in between. Like you'll have to face each other. So the way we have put up the squad, I don't see any reason we should be panicking or we should be in a spot of bother before facing anyone. Yeah, we may look at a particular team and say that okay, fine, we are playing one game instead of two, and we may take a sigh of relief, but that doesn't put us in a spot of bother.
Got it. Got it. So you're very happy with the way it looked out, and you're happy with your squad that on given day you can beat any squad, any team, no matter what.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. So how do you feel about Mayank leading the team? Because he was leading last season also, I guess, for a
mhm,
couple of matches, and I think he scored 99 on captaincy debut, if I'm
yeah,
not wrong.
yeah,
You
yes,
know, like
yeah.
everybody thought like Shikhar Dhawan will be given the go, but they trusted Mayank Agarwal ahead of Dhawan. And how do you think Mayank Agarwal will perform in the leadership?
Mayank Agarwal has been a part of Punjab's leadership group from last 2 3 years. Even Anil Kumble mentioned that. So, and on top of that, Mayank Agarwal deserved it more than anyone. He's a perfect team man. He has done whatever the team has wanted. He has come up all guns blazing whenever needed. He has led the team in KL's absence. He has put the team forward mm, in almost each and every circumstance. So players like these, you know, mm, they deserve whatever the franchise presents them with.
Got it. Got it. Good. So how do you think the playing level will pan? You have good mix of core with Indian and overseas. So what do you think is the perfect balanced playing level for Punjab Kings?
Before playing 11, one thing that needs to be done is somebody just get this into the management set. Do not chop and change much. I mean, do not chop and change much with the playing 11. Give players a constant, a long run in case if they are having one. I mean, they have done it. Like they have given Shahrukh 11 games, they have given Maxwell 13 games. So yeah, they have done that. They have given them a longer runs, but I'm expecting more. And then I expect this team not. Then I expect the top brass not to indulge too much into the on-field decisions. Like their job is done. It was up to the auctions. They had to poke their noses and get their stuff done as per their own convenience. Now that is done. Now let the on-field team take the on-field calls. They are in a much better position to understand what the playing 11 should be or what the combination should be. They have been given the charge, and I hope it remains with them. And now, when I talk about playing 11, if you ask me about my playing 11, it's going to be Mayank, it's going to be Dhawan, it's going to be Johnny Bairstow, and then it's going to be Liam Livingstone, then Rajangat Bawa, then Shah Rukh Khan, then Odean Smith, then maybe Harpreet Barad or Rahul Chahar, then Kagiso Rabada, Arshdeep Singh, any one of Sandeep Sharma, Vaibhav Arora, anyone. Now, yeah, you can swap Rajangat Bava at 4. You can bring in Liam Livingstone at 5. Though I'm not a fan of this exact swap. I want Liam Livingstone to bat at 4 and Rajangat to come at 5. But as but now it's up to the management what they think and what they and whom they slot in that particular position. But this is how my 11 would look.
I think that's a pretty strong 11 considering all the depth in your team. Like you have a good starting top order, you have a good middle order, so you have a good depth attack. So in spite of top order failing in a couple of matches, also the middle order is set to rebuild the engines and take team to the respectable total. Yep, yep. So that's done from my side. It has been good talking to you. If you have any points to add up to this conversation, like you can add a couple of points and get close.
I have no points to add. It was nice talking to you, and it was nice having this discussion with you. Actually, I've put lot of points. I've done lot of videos, and I exactly don't have anything in my tank to offer anymore. It's if you have any questions, if you have something to ask, you can go ahead. But right now, I'm just blank. I'll answer all your questions, but I don't have anything in my tank.
Yeah, I think that's done from my side. It's been a good conversation actually. I got all the questions covered for what I wanted to ask, and I got a good response actually. Like it was a very play healthy conversation. Like
Yeah.
it was good
No,
from both sides.
is there something? No, no. Is there something which you wanted to ask but you didn't?
Yeah,
You
one
can
thing
go
was
ahead.
yeah,
You
one thing
you
was
you can go ahead. Yeah,
one thing was
go
that
ahead.
Vishnu not getting retained and Shah Rukh Khan not getting retained and coming back for 9.5 crores, and KL Rahul leaving and all that stuff.
I'll ignore the first question. I'll answer the last two. So Bishnoi not getting retained. I mean, this management wanted to retain both Bishnoi and Shahrukh, but then Bishnoi wanted to try his luck somewhere else. The management was keen on having him and Shahrukh. And Shahrukh again, Shahrukh wanted to mm, wanted to explore what he had, what he had in like he wanted to explore the auctions. He wanted to see where like how he fares in the auction or which team he gets apart from Punjab. So probably this. Also, the point is we got Shahrukh for around around 5 or 6 we got Shahrukh for for this much amount, and the uncapped retention amount was 4 crores if I'm not wrong. So
Yeah.
it was wrong on it was not wrong actually. It was not correct on anyone's part. Like getting retained for 4 when you were bought in for 5 point something, so that was unfair, and it was correct on Shah Rukh's part to to put his name in the auction and see how he fares or what price he gets in the auctions. And luckily, I'm happy our team went all out for Shah Rukh. They got him, and unfortunately, we couldn't get Bishnoi. He was with us. He was a. He, I have to grin my teeth and I have to say, okay, he's a good leg spinner who's not with us anymore. And wishing Bishnoi good luck and hoping he does good wherever he goes.
Yep. I think that ends because you don't want to answer the final question. It's
No,
completely
I don't
fine.
want to. I don't want
it's,
to. I don't want to.
it's completely fine. I mean, it's
No,
very good talking to you.
I answered this question on few videos and then I got certain DMs. So certain DMs and then people were like, how do you know about this particular stuff? You shouldn't have said about this. Why are you talking about KL? Now he's not no more a part of our team. So I'll just refrain from answering anything on KL.
Yeah,
And yeah,
yeah, it's fine for it's completely fine for me. Okay. I think we can meet again in one of the Punjab matches. Like if there's any post-match review, like if there's anything, we'll definitely meet. It's really well talking to you. Not knowing you well before. I mean, I think now we know each other very well, at least with this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was pretty quick. This was pretty quick. I just opened my Twitter. I saw. Okay, fine. And now we are making a live at 10:30 probably. So this was pretty quick.
Yep. Even I wasn't prepared for today, but it went very well. Yep.
I know. I know. I know.
And thank you very much for your time, Indravir.
It's
Very
all
nice
right.
talking to
It was
you.
fun. It was fun having a nice discussion with you, and uh, yeah, it was nice indeed. I mean, so it like I was spared. I was not asked too many tough questions. I just wagged around a bit and touched a few topics, and now I'm leaving. I'm pretty happy.
I didn't want to stress out because it was just a preview. Like it was not any exam to talk about. There's no pressure.
No, I mean there were a few videos where the host was constantly, throwing, churning out and throwing questions at me, and I was dodging them well. So yeah, this was a pretty nice interview. Like,
Yeah, I hope in the future more people joins us, and we'll have a very healthy panel discussions and all.
sure, 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 sure.
So done.
Yeah, we are done.
So thank you for your time, Indravir, and we are signing off. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vallu. Thank